The evening was supposed to be a celebration. My husband David had worked tirelessly for months on a project that had brought incredible success to his company. Tonight's party was meant to honor that achievement. The hall was filled with executives, managers, and employees. People laughed, toasted, and congratulated each other. David stood by my side, humble as always, smiling politely as colleagues came forward to thank him. Then the CEO, Mr. Anderson, took the stage. At first, he praised the company's growth and the dedication of its team. But soon, his words began to twist. Instead of celebrating David, he turned his speech into a subtle attack. He mocked David's quiet personality, calling him the invisible man of the company. He joked about how no one even noticed him until the project succeeded. Laughter rippled uncomfortably through the crowd. I felt my cheeks burn with anger. My husband's hand stayed steady at his side, but I could see the flicker in his eyes. He was holding himself back, staying calm in the face of humiliation. The CEO continued, asking with a smirk, "Tell us, David, how does a man like you manage to lead anything? Was it luck, or did someone else do the heavy lifting?" The room went quiet. All eyes turned to my husband. It was a cruel challenge, meant to strip him of his dignity in front of everyone. David slowly rose to his feet. His movements were calm, deliberate. He adjusted his tie, then looked directly at the CEO with eyes that carried neither fear nor anger, only resolve. His voice was steady as he replied, "You're right, Mr. Anderson. I don't shout to be noticed. I don't step on others to feel taller. I don't pretend to be a leader, I simply lead." The room froze. No one moved, no one breathed. David's words cut sharper than any insult. He wasn't loud, but his voice carried more weight than all the CEO's laughter combined. He continued, "Respect is not earned by humiliating the people who work for you. Respect is earned when people choose to follow you, not because they have to, but because they want to. That is leadership." Gasps echoed across the room. The CEO's smirk vanished, replaced by stunned silence. Even those who had laughed before now lowered their eyes, ashamed. David then glanced at the crowd. This project succeeded because of teamwork, dedication, and trust. And if I'm invisible, then maybe that's fine. Because it means the work speaks louder than my name. The silence deepened. People shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The CEO had tried to make a mockery of him, but instead he had revealed his own arrogance. I watched as admiration spread through the faces of the employees. Some even nodded subtly, their respect for David growing right before my eyes. Mr. Anderson cleared his throat, trying to recover, but the damage was done. His authority looked smaller now, fragile compared to the calm dignity of the man he had tried to belittle. David sat down beside me, his expression unchanged. He didn't smile or gloat. He simply reached for my hand, and I held it tightly, my heart swelling with pride. The rest of the evening passed with quiet tension. Conversations carried a new energy, respect for David, unease around the CEO. Everyone knew they had witnessed something unforgettable. On the drive home, I turned to him and said, "You didn't just answer him. You taught everyone in that room what real strength looks like." He shrugged lightly, a small smile finally breaking across his face. Sometimes silence is powerful. But sometimes, words need to remind people where the real power lies. I realized then that my husband hadn't just defended himself. He had defended everyone who had ever been overlooked, underestimated, or mocked for being different. The CEO wanted to humiliate him. Instead, David left the entire room silent. And in that silence, his greatness spoke louder than anything else ever could. That night, I looked at him not just as my husband, but as the kind of leader the world truly needs. And I knew no stage, no title, and no CEO could ever take that away.